The galactic trade station Harmony's Edge had operated without incident for 300 cycles. Its systems were maintained by the Kelvari, a methodical species known for their unwavering adherence to protocol. Every console, every interface, every command menu had been positioned according to centuries of optimization studies. Nothing was out of place. Then Saren Vale arrived. The human engineer had been hired as part of the Galactic Council's diversity initiative, though most species viewed it as a courtesy gesture. Humans were new to the interstellar community, their technology primitive by comparison, their methods chaotic. But they were enthusiastic, and the Council believed in giving emerging species opportunities. Saren didn't mind the condescension. She was simply grateful to be here, working among the stars. On her third day aboard, she stood at a secondary engineering console in Bay 7, reviewing power distribution logs. The holographic interface flickered before her, a rigid grid of commands displayed in the Kelvari standard format. She frowned, squinting at the data buried 6 menus deep. With a casual gesture that humans had performed for generations on their touchscreens, Saren swiped left. The menu slid smoothly aside, revealing the submenu beneath without the usual 3 confirmation prompts. "Huh," she muttered. "That actually works better." She didn't notice the small, furred face watching from behind a maintenance panel. Rookie, a Kelvari cub barely past their 4th molt, had been hiding in the engineering bay when they should have been an education pod. The cub's large, multifaceted eyes tracked the human's every movement with fascination. The Kelvari had hands. Yes, 3-fingered appendages perfect for precise work, but they had never considered swiping. Commands were selected through careful tapping, each action deliberate and logged. But this human, she made the screen flow. Rookie's tail twitched with excitement. By the next morning cycle, Chief Engineer Taven Kor noticed something wrong. "Why?" he asked slowly, his mandibles clicking in confusion. "Is my command menu arranged alphabetically?" His console had been reorganized. What had been a carefully structured hierarchy, based on frequency of use and operational priority, was now simply A to Z. "Engineering override protocols," he read aloud, his voice rising. "Now listed between environmental controls and external communications? This is madness." Within the hour, reports flooded in from across the station. Every console in Bay 7 had been optimized. Menus had been rearranged. Shortcuts had been created. Someone had even changed the color scheme in Medical Bay 3 to what could only be described as extremely purple. Security footage revealed the culprit. A small Kelvari cub, moving from console to console throughout the night, swiping with enthusiastic abandon. "Rookie," Taven Kor groaned. "Of course it's Rookie." They found the cub in the ventilation control room, standing before a console with both hands raised, attempting to swipe 3 menus simultaneously. "Cub," Taven Kor's voice boomed. "Step away from that interface." Rookie spun around, their fur standing on end. "But Elder Taven Kor, I'm improving it. Watch." They turned back and swiped dramatically. "See, now you can access life support and fire suppression from the same screen." The human showed me. Saren, who had been summoned to the scene, felt her face flush. I only swiped 1 menu, on 1 console, once." "The human's method is superior," Rookie insisted, their young voice filled with absolute certainty. "Our way requires too many confirmations, too many steps. This is faster." "Faster is not always better," Taven Kor said firmly. "Our systems are designed with deliberation in mind. Safety protocols require 17 steps to activate emergency bulkheads," Rookie interrupted. I counted. "The human way? 4 swipes. When the hull breach happened on Deck 9 last cycle, 3 crew members died because the bulkheads sealed too slowly." The room fell silent. Saren's eyes widened. She'd read about that incident in the safety reports. Everyone had. The official investigation cited acceptable response time within established parameters, but 3 people had still died. Taven Kor's mandibles clicked slowly. That incident was deemed unavoidable. "Maybe it wouldn't have been," Rookie said quietly, "if we could swipe." The emergency meeting of the station's command council lasted 6 hours. Saren demonstrated the human swipe interface methodology, explaining how Earth's ancient touchscreen technology had evolved to prioritize speed and intuition over deliberation. She showed them gesture controls, predictive menus, and customizable interfaces that adapted to individual users. The Kelvari engineers were horrified. "Chaos," one declared. "Pure chaos. Efficient chaos." Rookie piped up from where they sat in the corner. Officially under supervision, Commander Valith San, the station's Kelvari administrator, studied the demonstration with unreadable eyes. Finally, she spoke. "Engineer Vale, if we were to implement these modifications station-wide, could you ensure they remain within safety parameters?" Saren hesitated. "With respect, Commander, I'd need help. Your safety protocols exist for good reasons, but if we combined Kelvari precision with human intuitive design, we might create something better than either approach alone." Another long silence. Then Velith San's mandibles clicked in. What Saren had learned was amusement. The Cub rearranged 47,000 command menus in one night. "If we're going to fix this mess, we might as well fix it properly." She turned to Rookie. "You, Cub, you will assist Engineer Vale in this project, under supervision." Rookie's fur rippled with joy. 3 months later, Harmony's Edge debuted the first hybrid interface system in the Galactic Council. When the plasma conduit ruptured in Bay 12, Engineer Taven Kor sealed the affected sections in 4 seconds, a new station record. He swiped the emergency menu closed and allowed himself a rare smile. Behind him, Rookie was already at another console, showing a group of visiting engineers from other species how humans had taught them that sometimes the best way forward wasn't more careful, it was more clever. And Saren Vale, watching the exchange, realized that this was what humanity brought to the galaxy. Not superior technology or ancient wisdom, but something simpler. The willingness to question. We've always done it this way. Sometimes, all it took was one swipe to change everything.